All right, we're back, everybody, from the break, and we continue right where we left off. We were all asleep.
Yep, so benefit from a long rest, please.
Yeah, baby.
You all rest safely, don't have to post a watch. It would seem that your caretaker has taken care of it. And he rouses you all early at 5 in the morning. Time to get up. Come. Time for preparations. Here, have some of this. And he hands each of you a bowl of the sort of yellowy white liquid that's got these little worm-like chunks in them.
Ugh.
This is good for you. Eat it, please.
What's in this?
It's a solid breakfast of Zethar eggs.
What?
Made into a porridge.
What's a Zethar?
Just eat it.
I'd try it. Is it any good?
It tastes like eggs and beef, but in like a sauce form. It's good.
Okay.
The only thing that's a little off about it is that when you crunch on the little worms, they seem to twitch a bit in your mouth. And you can kind of feel it.
Hope will try and swallow it as fast as she can.
Okay, you do so. It's good though. You already feel energized from a little breakfast in the morning.
Okay.
All right, so we have to go over our plan. The plan that I have in place is that the four of you will pose as new acolytes. Is there something funny, Nash?
No, your voice changes a lot, and it's just an interesting thing. It's a weird thing. Don't worry about me. I'm
a changeling.
Yeah.
My voice changes a lot all the time.
Okay. I'll try not to notice.
Can't be helped.
Fine.
I will try to keep my speaking to a minimum once we are in the house. But for now, you are to dress as acolytes, and you are basically pledging yourselves to Euphemius. It is a great event for young clerics to come and be given an honorable blessing.
Okay. And clerics, upon getting this blessing, gain their special powers.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh. Do they not get special powers?
They may, I don't know. I am not one of them.
Will we gain special powers by fake blessing?
I hope not.
You hope not.
He's saying we won't have our powers, and we won't have the powers of a cleric either.
Look, let's rewind all of this. Really, we are going in to sneak into the Unwavering House in order to obtain the medallion from High Cleric Buntar Thrun. We are doing so with subterfuge. We will not need offensive powers, but if you have any tricks, I'm hoping you do, those will come in handy. We will get the Father alone. Once we have come, the blessing is a sacred ritual. He will take us to an altar. There he will perform the ceremony. That's when we will be alone with him. Now is the part of the plan where you have your contribution. Ideally, we would swap the medallions with the fake that I have here. And he holds it up. And it's a chain medallion, and it has what looks to be a sun and a fist shining in energy depicted on this medallion. We switch the medallions, and then we leave without event. How do you propose to detain the High Cleric so he does not know?
Well, if we're able to create an incident that would cause the medallion to fall, maybe if one of us goes to retrieve it, we can simply make a swap.
Good. And what sort of fall?
Well, it could be anything, I suppose. Somebody could accidentally snag it, somebody could be... I guess we would have to look for the correct moment.
This is incredibly non-specific.
Look, we've never even seen the guy. We can only get so specific.
Yes, at the end of the day, I have a fallback plan if everything goes wrong, but we should certainly save it as a last resort.
Very well, I shall cease to drill you with questions. After all, if you fail, it'll be you who speaks to Tobacho, and not me. Now we need to work on your identities and the shape of your faces, for they are hideous.
Excuse me.
I have magic that will alter your appearance and make you appear less corrupt and youthful. Look at this one, and he points at Hope. Scars on her face. Looks like an old boot was given life and allowed to walk around. Such detestable disfigurements would not be accepted within the halls of Euphemius. It implies corruption. We will clean them. I will clean them. And what about this one? And he points to Nash. It makes the old boot look like a princess. Like a beautiful princess in comparison.
Oh, Queen, actually, but yes, I see your point with him. He needs a lot of work.
Also, I know I'm ugly. Don't say those things to Hope. She's got a hair trigger and she'll tear you a new butthole. So easy going there, Chief.
You can tear all the buttholes you want. You will not escape from Tobacho's judgment if you fail. So what shall we do with you? We'll give you a youthful human appearance, I think. Stand still. And he lifts up his arms, and he lifts his palm towards you, Nash, and you begin to feel the threads of your being, on a surface level, being reshaped.
Okay.
Do you resist, or are you willing?
I'm willing.
All right, and before everyone's very eyes, Nash turns into a youthful, handsome, strapping young man. Ah, that is better.
Ah, yes, I
Much
say.
better.
Yes, yes. I like
Even
this.
Your voice has been improved.
Indeed. And I'll look in my pants to see if there's a penis in there.
There's no penis in there.
Ah, shit. Well, that's okay. I don't know what I expected, but this is a fantastic outer shell for my normal exterior.
You have taken to your changes well, Nash. We should not call you Nash. It is also a detestable name. If anyone were to say, I know a person and their name is Nash, I would assume they looked as ugly as you do. So we need a new name.
Can I suggest one?
I asked for that reason.
My name from here forth until this spell is broken will be Horace Sattlesworth. Yes, Horace Sattlesworth. Prepare yourselves, ladies.
I thought we were going to do Nuts Phenom again. But this is
No,
good too.
no, that's a different name. That's for a different kind of Nash Maggard. No, for here on out, I will be Horace Sattlesworth.
All right, now you, lizard man. I'm thinking we leave you as you are. Yes? Or do you have changes we should make?
They would take lizards?
Yes. It's not often, for sure, but they would be so proud to have someone for their diversity portfolio. It would be a great victory to have one of your kind.
It is
Serving
worth
you
noting
females.
that Vorel here is a bit of a celebrity. Might do you well to at least change your scale color.
Oh,
so they
wait.
don't recognize
The Vorel from the M Sports Fighting Championship. The same.
The very one. Just
It is
look
I.
at him. He's a
We must
specimen.
change him. They will know who he is. By the way, congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
Good, good. But yes, we must change you. What should we change him to, Stanley?
I mean, what if he was still a lizard folk but changed his scale colors? You can still do that, right?
Yes, I could still change my scales.
Oh,
And
how
I'll-
about a pure white? White is the color of pureness and good. They would
But-
love a white lizard folk.
I thought we were trying to avoid attention. And a lizard folk would draw attention, yeah?
Perhaps.
If quizzed, I will have no knowledge of this Euphemius.
Then what do you think? Should we make you a nondescript humanoid that looks like background so that no one sees you?
I think we should, because what if the guy remembers a lizard folk was with the group? I think we're probably one of the only groups here in Sigil that has a lizard folk.
Good point. Then we shall make him what? A Goliath. His size and stature are too big. Goliath it is. Stand still. And he reaches out his hand and begins changing the appearance magically, and you feel it tethered. Do you resist it at all, Varel?
No.
Feel the tethers of your being get sewn together into a new quilt of being.
Close my eyes hard.
And all of a sudden, your mouth feels really close to your eyes.
I'll
It's
wave my
disconcerting.
hand in front of my face.
There's nothing there. It's super gross.
Pharrell.
It's the grossest thing.
Pharrell, this is quite the look. I like
will-
it.
Open my eyes and grab onto my knees, for my eyes are binocular for the first time ever.
You touch your knees, there's no scales on them, just pink, soft flesh. It feels like a pillow.
Oh, I grab my ass.
Even more of a pillow. It's just comfortable.
Oh, and I'm cupping my buttocks. I squeeze them vigorously, and oh, Nash!
Don't worry, just
Everything-
let it happen. It's fine. You look great. Stanley, look at this specimen. He's no longer a lizard. He's a huge, hideous creature.
I see him.
I can't wait to see what you turn Stanley into.
Did your spell do that to Nash's voice, or was he doing that on his own?
This isn't fake. It's coming out.
He looks and he goes, I don't think the extent of this magic covers vocal changes.
Okay.
Oh, I beg to differ. This is the new me. In fact, I kind of like this. Maybe it'll stay this way.
All right, Hope, we have to deal with your hideous appearance as well.
My tongue is so small.
What shall we make, Hope? Do you have a suggestion for me, Hope?
Just a human.
Yes. Boring and vile. This will fit in perfect. And he begins rethreading the very essence of your being, as long as you're willing.
Yep.
All right. The threads of your visible appearance, you feel the quilt being formed over your face. And boom. Hope becomes a human. She's before you. Looks very similar as to what she did before, but her pigmentation is, peach. And she looks a lot more friendly and nice.
She's frowning.
Don't worry, Hope. It's only temporary. I prefer the former you.
As a piece of advice, Hope, you will be more friendly and palatable to the men of the Unswavering House if you smiled more.
Hope will then do that How to Train Your Dragon toothless practice smile, where she slowly raises the edges of her lips into this really fake serious
that will
smile.
not do at all. It's very disconcerting. You must practice smiling more immediately.
She'll
Stanley
keep
looks
practicing.
fine. You keep practicing. Stanley looks fine.
Wait.
He's a perfect fit.
You're not changing Stanley.
He's handsome. Why would I touch such beauty?
We're not going to be improving on perfection today.
Okay, but you speak of
Nice.
Stanley as if he's got no flaws, yet you talk to Hope as if she's a hideous creature. I think there's some bias here at work.
So the changeling walks over with his olive green hand and just displays his face. Show me one scar or mark on this fine face.
On
You
Stanley's?
see a wrinkle? Yes. Show me one.
Well, he is rather comely.
He's a gold piece kind of guy.
Truly, Varel, truly. Well,
All right.
nonetheless, be nice, is all I'm saying.
It looks like we're ready to go, apart from Hope's smiling problem.
You're kind of a dick.
And now I will change myself. And then sort of like exhaustive green fume sort of spews from his body, and then his corpse rots into the shape. Looks strange, but then he eventually becomes a human priest. Very well. Come, children, it's time to meet Buntar Thrun and receive your blessing. And he puts his two big sleeves together. Have you appropriately smelled up your clothes, everyone?
You tell us, and then I'll walk over to him and just stick my pit in his face.
Oh, heavens. Yes, smells like radishes.
Well, I've done my work. My work here is done then, and I'll step to the side.
Right, to the Unwavering House. Any questions before we leave?
Should I smile?
You'd best if you would said no words and made no faces and just were there until the time to act comes, and if you have a role in that, then please act. All right, let us go. And he opens up the door and he walks out. Single file behind me, children. Do you guys get into single file?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I'll indicate that I want to carry the fake medallion.
Okay.
Okay.
He slips it to you discreetly.
Okay, tuck it kind of. Is it like a big robe? There's a place enough where it'll hide
Yeah,
my
it's
hand.
a giant flowing white robe that you have all around you. And you have like a little, like, not tiara, but like a little crown from the back. It's made of vines that you also have to put on your heads. Okay. So you make your way down one street and the next, and you're in this elaborate temple-like area. It just seems there's temples to everything everywhere. Strange, overly ornate buildings all over the place. Finally, there's one in the shape of a large mansion-like house with a courtyard and a wall around it that's brick. And he walks up to the front brick wall, and there's a guard there, and the guard just nods to Stevius and opens the gate, and then he motions for the four of you to come inside. And then you're inside this large lawn with the brick wall all around it and all these shrubberies everywhere. And you see that there are priests. This is 5 a.m, but they're like priests engaged in, theological conversations of some kind, just already out there. You can hear a small din of conversation, and they're having these breakfast bowls of, looks like whatever it was you've eaten. It's like priestly food. And you make your way down the main path up a set of 15 or so elaborate stairs up to this large house, just a large mansion made of stone with strange rooftops that swirl and circle into a little point at the top. And you make your way to the top of the stairs, and then he opens up the main door, and you walk into the main door, and you see another woman priest, her arms together so you can't see her hands, and she descends another set of stairs inside the building to the front area, and she says, Stevius Rintley, what brings you to the Unwavering House this morning? Stevius looks at the four of you and says, I have new acolytes here to be given the blessing of Euphemius from High Cleric Buntar Thrun himself. We've made an appointment, and that is why we are here at this time. And the woman looks and goes, yes, I do recall something in the ledger about a 5th blessing ritual this year, and that you were insistent upon it. I did communicate your request to the High Cleric, and I'm afraid I forgot to notify you, but he has been in War Council for weeks now. Our father's resting. You must come back another time. Stevius looks around and says, This is an outrage. We have traveled a long way to come here. The blessing itself will take 15 minutes, no more. And these represent the finest of the clerics who are coming to fruition to join us in the great war against demonkind and all that is evil. There's no time to waste. Please, go see Buntar, wake him, rouse him from his slumber, and tell him this is urgent. And the woman goes, "No, Father Stevius, you know better than to insist in such ways. He is resting, and resting he shall. Tell your students that we are sorry, and they should come back another time, perhaps at the regularly appointed time for such blessings." Stevius kind of stands there, not sure what to do, doesn't want to back out, doesn't want to cause any more troubles, sort of glints an eye over to you guys with this look on his face like, help.
Is the lady still there, or did she leave?
She's still there. This all happens in the span of a second, where he just kind of looks over, desperate for help.
Perhaps Coin could talk. Yeah, that's right. I'm bribing you.
What?
Well, I would assume the needs of this place could always be helped and benefited by some form of gold or coin. And no,
Stevius is like putting his cloth up to your mouth, right?
Oh, okay. I've overstepped my bounds. I apologize.
Pardon me for this one. It's a bit early in the morning for him.
Well, I am new at
What a
this.
strange thing to say.
Look, my lady, we have come a very long way to receive this blessing. And I understand that it is a tiring process that the High Cleric is undergoing, but truly we don't want to go back out into the world and not fall under the favor that should be granted to us here today. Is there anything that could be done to allow us just a moment to see?
Well, it would depend on what you needed this for. I know nothing of who you are. And Stevia steps in. He says, "Well, this is an important part of the whole thing. They are from a world called Gator. And on Gator, the believers of Euphemius are in short supply, and demonkind has taken it over. They need your blessing to fight back against the demons now, not in 3 months' time. Right? Stanley, from your beloved world of Gator?
That's correct.
Tell, sorry, somebody have to get a character name. 1 sec. Sorry. Tell Sister Anulac what Gator is like and why this blessing is important now, Stanley.
Well, sister, I didn't want to press, but Gator is a terrible place, horribly violent, and the followers of Euphemius are the last bastion, the last hope of our entire world. If we go back empty-handed, you're going to be extinguishing that. Not just for the 4 of us who've made this journey, but for everybody there. I fear that you won't be seeing us again when the appointed time comes, if we can't deal with this now and here.
Okay, deception roll, please.
Okay, that's going to be a 26.
Okay. I hear your cry, Stanley. And Euphemius is nothing if not one in pursuit of justice. And we detest bureaucracy. And it would seem that our bureaucracy would stand between you and your victory for Euphemius. Very well, come with me. I shall make a renewed plea on your behalf to Buntathran. Follow.
Stanley just bows and follows.
Okay, so the 4 of you are bidden to follow as Sister Anulac moves up the stairs.
I assume Stanley's in the front of the group and I'm probably in the back.
Sure, yeah, background boy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to lean down to Nash, who is in front of me. Get Stanley to. Why don't we hit her?
I don't think we can hit her here.
she's alone and the dude is sleeping, we hit her, and then we go into his room while he's sleeping and take his things.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Pass it up to Stanley.
Okay. Stanley, might I have your ear for a moment? I say very handsomely behind Stanley.
Stanley tilts his head a bit so he can listen.
And I'll let a little distance go between us and the lady, and I'll just say, "Why don't this is from Varel, but why don't we knock her out, and then we can just sort of do what we want."
No,
Why?
because now there are 2 people then that we have to worry about.
Oh,
We are going to be brought up. We will have a hopefully private audience. Then there's only one person we have to deal with.
oh, that's a good point. Okay, hang on a second, and I'll turn around and I'll say, "Varel, no hitting here today." Stanley has a good plan. We're fine. Continue forward, as if that idea never entered your hideous giant new head that you have now.
Thank you, Horace.
Horace Saddlesworth, proving his saddle's worth.
Yep.
All right, so Sister Anulak brings you upstairs to the 2nd floor and down a hallway, and then turns around and motions you into what appears to be a nondescript room. Like, it doesn't have any furniture in it, but it does have a sort of, not a wooden, what do you would call those things, a podium. There's a podium in a large empty room. The walls are immaculately decorated with paintings of priests and priestesses from decades past. You don't know who they are. And, ornate wallpapering and stuff like that. Wood finish on the floor. She bids you to move into the room and then says, "I'll be along shortly with the High Cleric, or word that he won't be coming. Hopefully not the case. I'll return."
Thank you.
And she bows and she moves out of the room. Stevius looks around. "That was a close one."
He's getting more dramatic.
So what is the plan now?
Well, the plan is we ideally would like to see the High Cleric alone, without her around. So if anything can be done to get her out of the way, that would be ideal. Then we find a moment, identify that he has the medallion on him, see if we can get a way to knock it off, cause something that will allow us to, get the medallion away from him. I'll make the switch. We'll hand it back. He'll have the fake one. We'll pocket the real one.
Very good. And as he says very good, the door opens again, and a large humanoid man in ornate clothing, including this hat, like a sort of hat that wears here, but then sprouts out into a whole bunch of different, like, weird architecture, like almost like there's buildings on top of his hat. It's just 2 feet off the top of his head, just this elaborate white hat. He's wearing these white robes and these huge shoulders and huge cape, and the necklace is prominently featured. But the man inside these clothes is very old and wizened. He has, disfigured face, clearly a glass eye in one of them because it's just white, and like long, strandy white hair everywhere. This guy looks ancient, definitely a centennial. And he walks into the room and he goes, "Children of Euphemius, welcome to the Unwavering House." And behind him follows Sister Anulak, who she comes in as well, helping him to keep him steady. She walks in. And Stevius opens his mouth and says, "Ah, Father Thrun, thank you for taking the time to meet with us." Buntar looks and goes, Yes. giving the blessings to the new generation is an important task that we must not be forgetful of, yes? Now, who are the fine children you have brought to me today? Who's this handsome one here? You, step forward, points to Nash.
You speak to me. Ah, well, yes, I am. What did I call myself?
That's Phenom.
No.
Horace.
Oh, Horace. I am Horace Saddleworthy, and I am honored by your by your audience, good sir. And I kneel and kiss his hand.
Thank you, but it's not necessary to kiss hands here in Sigil.
Oh,
Maybe that's how you do it where you're from?
well, I've only heard tale of it. I won't mention
you have-
where, but there were stories we were told of those who represented deity on my realm, and often
Gator,
followers would
I-
kneel and kiss their hands and their jewels.
They're jewels, you mean? They're jewelry.
Yes, not their testicles. For clarity.
Wait, are there some who would kiss testicles for clarity?
Oh yes, many where I come from.
And how does one such as yourself know of such things?
Well, the carnal desires of the common man. Right? I know. That's why we're here.
I know.
Our job
quite.
today is to find purity in this process and shake off the natural man.
The common man cannot see but 2 feet in front of his face. He
Yes.
sees food he wants to eat, perhaps a monster he wishes to slay, or sex he wishes to have.
Yes, but not us, no siree. Our job is
So,
much more akin to doing good in the world and
Yes.
feeding starving children, I suppose.
well, it's finding justice in the name of Euphemius.
Yes, that. And I'll back up.
Well, I feel, even though we've just met Mr. Saddlesworthy, that we are kindred spirits.
Saddleworthy, there's no S, but that's fine.
Oh, my many thousand pardons, Saddleworthy. But you, I feel a connection to you. This is good.
Oh,
This is good.
okay, good.
Kneel, my child.
Oh,
And then
good.
he
Okay.
puts his hand on your shoulder and forces you to kneel.
All right, I'll kneel.
All right, stay here. Who is this one? Stevius. He points to Stanley. Another fine specimen. His beauty is like the good in my heart. Like if the good in my heart could somehow be manifest into a person, I feel it would look like this. Do you not agree?
Stanley will step forward. Will also kneel and kiss the hand as soon as that has been established.
Seems to be a custom on Gator to kiss hands, but not kiss jewels. Understood. Many are the orders of Euphemius, and they do vary from plane to plane. And what a fine young woman this is. What is her name? Don't be shy, little girl.
Hope will do her best smile impression. What would I have to roll for that?
It's difficult for you, eh?
Let's let the dice decide how good this smile is.
All right, deception with disadvantage, since that's what you want.
Little did you know.
It's a 12.
What is this one's story? Does she speak for herself? Stevius. Ah, yes, this one. This one appears to have Euphemius's favor in spite of her best efforts. She has many lessons to learn. And you might say, why would I bring one such as this before you if she is not ready? The truth is, she is not, but she has incredible connection to the heavens. You should see this.
And then at that, Hope will kneel down and kiss the hand as well.
She knows. She is young, and you remember when you were young. Oh, I think that I do. A lot of fun memories of that time. All three of the priests begin to chuckle, a little eerily.
Creepy.
Those days are behind me. Now for this last one. Look at this tall... I mean, is he a stable boy? Well, he was at one time, but then they found out that he secretly prayed to Euphemius each day, and that he has a strong connection to our Lord. Well then, do you have anything to say for yourself?
Making a face as to not touch my tongue to the sides of the mouth. You know, that kind of hover tongue look. I will touch my throat and gesture it into the air, and as though dismissively, and rain upon my body and just start making, gestures to note how very mute and holy I am.
Okay, deception roll, please.
Hey. 19. Let's see what I add.
Oh, look at that.
Not bad.
19. I had 0.
Well, it's a convincing performance. And the high priest with his large 2-foot hat full of buildings and architecture looks and says, yes, I see. I see the potential in these, just as you do, Stevius. All right, well, let us begin the blessing ceremony. I see everyone has kneeled. Very good. I shall chant a few words, and then you should be on your way. Ubin Tori. Ubin Kerako.
While he's chanting, I'm going to begin very quietly, but if anybody initially listens, it will be a quiet prayer. But in the prayer, I want to work in the verbal component to cast telekinesis.
Okay, so deception roll, please.
I like where this is going.
That's going to be a 20.
Fair enough. You were able to do so without being detected. So talk to me about telekinesis.
Well, telekinesis, for the next 10 minutes, I have the ability to move or manipulate creatures or objects by thought. When you cast the spell, lots of combat stuff. But basically what I am going to try and do is, as he is... I'm waiting for a moment where he's going to be very near me and hopefully maybe even bent over a bit. And I'm going to try and use it to undo the clasp on the back of the necklace.
Okay. So that it drops into your hand, I'm imagining?
Drops to the ground, and then I will reach out with the fake one.
This is, I mentioned it because he has a lot of clothes. You could undo the clasp, and then it could be just stuck sort of in his thigh or something, right? Like, you got to be careful that...
We could use the telekinesis to nudge it in the right direction.
Oh, you can lift it with telekinesis. Okay, very good. Yeah. All right. So you're going to wait for him to get close, you're going to unclasp it, and then you're going to float it with your control.
I want it to seem like an actual fall, because then, out of generosity, I'm going to offer to grab it and retrieve it for him, and then offer him the fake one while maintaining the hold on the real one.
This is
Well,
great.
during the blessing, he doesn't appear to be moving anywhere. He's standing and chanting. So you're not sure when you're going to get this opportunity because you wanted him to come close, right?
Right.
Okay. And you have it for the next 10 minutes? Or
Yes.
hour?
10 minutes.
Okay. So the chant doesn't take long. He finishes the chant, probably after 2 minutes. And then he approaches each one of the supplicants. Is that the right word for you guys? One of the blessings
supplicants.
receivers.
Sure.
He goes to Nash first, and he dabs in his cloth. He dabs a bit of his saliva, like this, and then he wets either side of not Nash's, but Horace's ears,
Ugh,
underneath the ear,
freaking gross.
with the saliva.
So we wet willies? as a
Yeah, kind of.
blessing?
No, it's not in the ear. It's behind the ear. It's behind the ear.
Oh, it's okay then. It sounds disgusting. I don't want some guy spit on my ears.
It's happened. Are you doing anything?
Man,
as a result
no,
of
I'm
this?
just taking it, I guess.
Okay.
It sounds horrible.
Scott's acting like he's been violated.
That sounds like the worst idea or the worst feeling of like someone's wet finger behind your ear. Blah.
All right, so then he wets his tongue again, or wets his fingers again and his cloth, and then he goes to reach behind you, Stanley, behind your ear.
Okay, as he does, that's when I'll make the attempt.
Okay. It unclasps and it slips. Now it's gonna make noise. You want this to happen.
Yes.
Yeah. So it hits the ground. You hear it.
The moment it does, I go, "Oh my!" and I reach out and cover it with both hands,
Mm-hmm.
draw it into the empty hand, and then offer up with the fake one.
Okay. Sleight of hand, please.
Okay. It's gonna be an 18.
18. All right. I think the DM needs a bit of help on that one. But let's see. 1 second while we resolve. Okay. So you reach your hand out, you cover both your hands, you swap them out. Okay. And you go to hand the other one.
Yes.
To him. Now, Varel, Hope, and Nash, from your vantage point, as you look over at this interaction, you see a little piece of the medallion sticking out of the cloth arm of Stanley's other arm.
Okay.
He hasn't completely... It looks like no one else has noticed this yet, but the three of you have noticed that you're one look away from the jig being up. And Stanley doesn't know.
Hope will start saying out loud, "Praise be Euphemius. Bless his name.
She's gonna go full.
I'm so filled with faith and grace right now.
Okay,
I
make
would
a performance
Love
roll,
my
please.
blessing." Okay.
She's going full ecclesiastical freaking. I love it.
Okay, this one's an 11.
Okay, they all kind of look at you and they don't. You're overdoing it a little bit, love.
But Euphemius loves the display, right?
So it's still dangling out of Stanley's thing, by the way.
Seeing her put on a show, am I figuring anything out as to
You
why
have no
she might be
idea.
doing
You have
that?
no idea. Yeah.
I'm just so happy I could cry.
And I
And I'll
jump
start
in.
thinking of my dead family and legit start to cry, or try to cry. Legitimately start to try and cry.
You're using it from a real place to make genuine emotion.
You know, we're going full method.
It's your as if. You're using your as if. Okay, so then another performance roll, please, if you're going to continue on.
Can I aid?
Yeah. Yes, you can aid the roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Aid gives you advantage, so if you want to roll it with advantage.
I grab my legs and I pull
14.
my leg hair out. Which I have for the first time in my life, and it makes me cry.
Just so
What
happy.
is the meaning of this?
I've never been so happy.
Stevius looks and goes,
Save our people.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is happening this way.
Euphemius is a good god.
Oh, please, Stevius. And then the old man comes up to you, Hope, kneels down where you're kneeling down, and then reaches out and gives you a hug.
Oh.
Thank you.
The light of Euphemius is strong, and not everyone can take it in with equal measure.
No, not everyone can take it in. And we'll kind of say towards Stanley.
Hearing
So-
that, is that enough of a clue to look?
Let's make an insight check, please.
Say 19.
All right, you get it. Based on everything that's going on, you put the pieces together, check your wrist, you see that it's hanging out of your wrist.
Whoop. And we'll telekinesis on up the road.
All right, so you put it on inside. All right. The priest gets up from Hope, looks around and says, "This one here will require further comfort."
Did he ever take the fake one, or am I still holding that out?
I assumed you gave it to him. not the
Okay,
fake one.
okay. I just
So
wanted
you-
to make
you
sure.
Clasp it on there. Yeah. He took it hurriedly and put it on and put it under his cloak. This one here, who's taken my breath away with her, how Euphemius has filled her with light, she will have to stay on. You can take the 3 of these and return them to Gato, but I need to find out what exactly it is that this one has experienced. What was her name again?
Candace.
Candace must stay. The rest of them can go. Thank you for coming to see me, and best of luck in your war
Candace.
campaign against the demons on Gator. Thank you.
Yes, well done, Candace. Says handsome.
Sister Edulac says, "Come on now, up. The cleric must go rest and return to War Council. He's very busy. You have received your blessings. Euphemius be with you all." And Stevius begins leaving and escorts you out. And Hope, as you go to move to go out, a shoulder gently rests on your shoulder and says, "Not you. You must stay here. We must find out the extent to which Euphemius has spoken to you. We would all be eager to hear his words."
Hope will give one of her patented fake smiles.
Prepare a room for. The sister Anulac says, "Please come with me this way."
Hope will
All right.
follow.
And we'll get back to you in a second. So the 3 of you, along with Stevius, make your way out into the courtyard. And Stevius looks at you guys and says, "How likely is it you think she'll crack?"
What do you mean? They intend to. How forceful are they going to be on this interrogation?
Not them. That's not an interrogation. It's just she's keeping up a part that I don't think she can hold for very long. So she'll crack. They'll know they were robbed. She'll die. Are we okay with this?
Candace is committed. That is to say, Hope. She's into this more than the rest of us.
We're going to need Candace. We need to get her out of there.
Yes, but my point is, to answer his question, she will not crack. All right, and now we can talk about Stanley's deal. You know, 2 things can be true at once, Stanley. And then I'll look all haughty and like this.
This is amazing, by the way. I love Horace.
How do you
Well,
propose we get her out of there?
well, we rescue her valiantly. What else would
What
we do?
about a window? If she would just get to a window, couldn't you use one of your tricks to float her out of there?
Sure. Do we have any idea roughly where they're taking her?
Well, one of us could run in and say they forgot to say goodbye to their sister. Maybe one of you with a secret crush, your characters, would go.
A secret crush.
Yes.
Explain yourself, shapeshifter.
Well, we are pretending to be these people. We are not really these people. In case it needs to be reminded of to you that one of our fictional characters will be very attached and fond of Candace and have to go say goodbye.
Well, who's that?
That's my question.
Oh,
For the
well,
love of Euphemius. I mean, I don't believe in Euphemius. I mean, I do.
I don't think you do.
If
Well,
we have her jump out the window, we can catch her.
yes, this Goliath here. Varel, the Goliath. You could catch her. Yes. This is a brilliant
I was
plan.
Thinking me, considering I can do it magically.
Oh.
numbnuts.
Never mind then. No, that's
Well,
also a good idea.
Well, why don't we make me look like a angel, and I will run in there and carry her out the window, working very mechanically to work this crazy small mouth, and the blessing of Euthemius.
Well, how gullible is the old man?
Like the bride of Euthemius.
Fine, hold on. I will go see if I can talk to her. I'm gonna turn around and go walking back in.
It looks like they didn't like your plan.
I like my plan.
Well, Stanley's gone. Stanley, you make your way back in, and the sister's there in the front foyer. How may I help you, child?
I don't know if I should do this.
Do it.
Do what?
Do it.
Alright, I go walking up to her and I cast Modify Memory.
Oh, what does that do?
Say wisdom,
He's like,
say-
I don't know.
say Wisdom 17 saving throw for her. And if she fails, I get to reshape her memory.
Okay. All right, we're going to read this out for the benefit of our listeners because they won't know how this shit works either.
Sure.
So, you attempt to reshape another creature's memories. One creature that you can see must make a wisdom saving throw. If you're fighting the creature, it has advantage. So, not great to use in combat. On a failed save, the target becomes charmed by you for the duration. The charmed target is incapacitated and unaware of its surroundings, but it can hear you. If it takes damage, none of the memories are modified. While it lasts, which is a concentration up to 1 minute. Okay. While it lasts, you can affect the target's memory of an event that it experienced within the last 24 hours that lasted no more than 10 minutes. You can permanently eliminate all memory, allowing the target to recall the event with perfect clarity and exacting detail, change its memory of the details of the event, or create a memory of some other event. You must speak to the target to describe how its memories are affected, and it must be able to understand your language. Its mind fills in any gaps of the details of your description. If the spell ends before you finish describing it, the memory isn't altered. Okay. Okay, you can also use it to remove curse. What? No, remove curse or greater restoration can alter the memory back to where it needs to be to correctness. Okay, so you cast it. It's a wisdom saving throw. What's my target?
17.
That's not a roll. That's a dice that fell on the floor.
Okay.
Here goes. I rolled the roll. Now I need the modifier. It's a wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a success. Now, you cast modify memory. So the target becomes incapacitated. It's these details that I get tripped on a lot, so I just need to make sure that we have this. She becomes incapacitated, so she doesn't know what's going on right now for the next minute.
Right.
Okay, so she can't be like, "Why'd you just cast that spell? What spell is it?"
Right. 'Cause
All
we're
right.
gonna
So, but
wipe
as
that
you
part
cast
of
the spell, she goes, "What you do?" So she may have a memory of you casting the spell. It says verbal and somatic. So you've moved your hand around and said a few words. So she may remember that once she comes to.
And then I'm going to look at her dazed state and I'm going to say, remember it as this. After the High Cleric left, we determined that our friend Candace needed to come back with us to Gator because we could not afford to be down one more person. And it was deemed that it was acceptable for her to be released back to us. You offered to go retrieve her, and I am simply waiting for you to bring her back down to me so that we may be on our way.
That's been a minute. All right. She blinks. She goes, why did you... What were those words? What were those words you were saying? Oh, never mind. You're in a rush to get back to Gator, yes?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let me go. Excuse me. Please collect the one they call Candace from her chambers and bring her down, please. She sort of looks confused by her own instructions. Why would she have chambers if she was in a hurry to leave? Sorry, I appear to be fuddled. My apologies. And then hope someone comes to get you, sort of a undescribed priest. He's like, please come with me.
Hope will nod and follow.
Right, you nod and follow, and you see Stanley and Sister Anulac sort of in the front set of stairs as you descend the stairs. And the sister goes, come now, Candace. You're to be on your way to Gator, as we discussed.
Hope will nod very heavily and follow.
Hurry along. Thank you for visiting the Unwavering House. Euphemius be with you in your future battles, yes?
And with you,
Yes.
sister.
Farewell. All right, so you guys leave the room, and she watches you leave as you leave out at the front door, and you see sort of by the gate on the other side, Horace. I can't say the name. Horace, Stevius, and did we give a name to Varel's guy? Varel, in Goliath
No.
form, are all hanging out outside the gate, and you guys walk across hurriedly into the yard, and you make it to the exit, walking outside the door, and the door closes behind you.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Well, we did it. Yes, you've got what you came for.
We did. I kind of reach into the robe and feel that its pendant's still there.
Oh,
We
well,
have
job
it.
well done. Job well done, all of you. Now let's hurry back to the safe house. There, 1 second, getting a note. You never asked him his name. I gotta. There, Dingus Reddy will be there waiting for you.
What? Hold on. Kandingus Renty?
Dingus Reddy.
All right.
Oh, that wasn't rolled from the name chart. That was a
Oh.
Bo Schwartz special.
Amazing.
Yes, you know Kadingus, yes? The driver?
No.
Oh, yeah, we never did get his name.
Well, he'll be taking you to your next destination, which would be, well, I imagine the air terminal.
Yes, what about the supplies that were supposed to be procured for our mission?
You can talk to Kadingus. Perchance he has it by now.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the five of you hurry back to the safe house, usher yourselves back in. The changeling assumes the form of his changeling self, and then he peers out the door to make sure no one's following, closes it. Well, it was nice knowing you. Best of luck on whatever it is you're doing next. And then he puts on a little bowler cap. It's like, as for me, I'm off. And glad to be rid of this place. Then he moves to another door and walks out and closes it behind him. You're not sure if you'll ever see this changeling again.
I'm personally fine with that.
And just as you guys get back in, your alter self, alter appearance spells have worn off, and you're now back to your normal selves. Varel, your mouth is back where it's supposed to be,
Oh,
well in front of your eyes, not under them.
Well, we did it. Phase 1 complete.
We might actually be able to pull this one off.
Hello in there. You guys ready?
All right. Is everybody
Maybe not.
I'm
everybody
ready.
ready for the next part?
Nash, I'm going to need another spell
Oh, what kind?
to get my barrels out.
Aren't we able to just take them through one at a time?
Was that?
It was an option, yes.
Oh. I'll do Stanley's idea then.
Okay. The six-armed, gray-skinned, eight-eyed creature on top of the coach says, "Is that all really necessary? All that ale?"
Are you going to be battling angels?
No, just usually
Then-
you do a job and then you drink after.
Don't
Don't
tell me
take
how
it
to
everywhere.
slay angels. Hmm?
Hmm.
All right, I'll keep my mouth shut then. You do what you gotta do. By the way, the stuff you ordered off of Jalver, it's in the carriage.
I miss being handsome. This sucks. We ever get back to the waste, I want to maybe look into it.
All right. So for each of you inside there is a for Nash and I believe for Stanley there's a container in the thing. Do you want to open it? Look at it. It says the stuff that you were.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Let's look
Yeah.
at it.
Okay, so you open it up, and Stanley, your 8 scrolls of Dimension Door are in there. There are 4 other scrolls of Gravity Reversal. Okay. Now, Nash, you wanted a Ring of Spell Storing,
I did.
so that's in there for you.
Okay.
Let's see. So, Hope needed a Magic Dagger. So, Hope, there's a Magic Dagger +2 in the thing. Hopefully, you'll be able to find that in D&D Beyond. If not, you can just pencil it in and we can add it in later.
Cool.
All right. Now, why do I have Yom guns and bullets? Tom guns? Did we
I
say
mean,
we're
if
giving
it's
you
Tommy
guns?
guns, I'll take a few Tommy guns and some bullets.
I can't remember, but I think you had requested guns and bullets. So,
Yes.
one is provided to you. Didn't they provide you with any guns
Excuse
there?
me?
We didn't
Who?
talk about that last week, did we?
What was that swear word I just heard?
I didn't say
Yeah.
a swear word.
I think they did say that they were going to see about getting it for her, I thought.
All right, so Fox and Scully are in the bin, both of them.
Together again.
Yeah,
Oh.
no belt though. Smokey's belt ain't there.
I
But
know.
both guns are present in the box, as well as a box of bullets.
I want to believe.
What's that?
Nothing. I was doing Scully. Or Mulder.
All right. Oh, you want to believe, right? So rations are also present in the carriage. I assume it's Stanley that asked for those. So you have 12 rations in there. There's a sleeping bag. These are probably all for Stanley. There's a 50-foot rope.
I think Hope actually
Hope
asked
wanted
for
those
that.
ones?
'cause
Okay,
I
yeah, then
had
they're yours.
Rope's
most of
definitely
that
me.
stuff. Yeah.
Rope is Hope. Sleeping bag and an adventurer's pack that you had asked for. So all those are in there. You can add them in. We won't need them today, I don't think. But you can add those. Everything you asked for is in the carriage. So add them to your inventory. Please. And let me know when you're ready to go.
I'm ready. I want to charge mine up now. Does that use slots? I don't remember if I charge them up. How do,
You have to cast spells into it, so it does burn slots.
okay.
But then you can take a rest, and then you have them after your rest.
So I may as well
Like
do
extra
it.
spells.
So I'm going to actually... How many charges?
Springs of spell storing usually have. Let me look it up. I think it's 5, but. Ring of spells storing. Now, this is an item you can add into your character sheet. It does exist in D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
The ring can store up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time.
Okay.
So a creature can cast any spell of 1st through 5th level. It just puts it into the ring. It does expend the slot. Then you can cast it. So it says 5 levels worth of spells at a time. So it means you can hold up to 5 level 1 spells or 1 level 5 spell or any combination thereof, if that makes sense.
Trying to find the damn thing. Oh, ring of spell storing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you can cast 5 level 1 spells into it, or 1 level 5 spell into it, or any combination of any levels, like a level 4 spell and 1 level 1 spell. It's got a total 5 levels of spells.
Okay, well, I'm going to load... How about cantrips? Can I put cantrips in there then? Or no?
No.
No cantrips. Wouldn't matter anyway.
If you can't put cantrip, but it's going to count as 1.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah. There's not much point because your cantrips
right, cantrips are instant anyway, right. I'm going to do chromatic orb level 1, all 4 of those slots. So I will put 4 of those in.
Okay, so note that you have 4 chromatic orbs in your ring.
Yep, and I'm going to do...
And you still have room for 1 more 1st level spell.
Right, and I will... Well, that takes all my 1st level spell slots, though, because I only have 4 of those. So let's do... they have to be 1st level.
No, they can be any level.
But they're only cast at 1st level, or how's that work?
No, they're cast at the level you store them as.
Okay.
It's just you have 5 levels worth. So level 1 counts as 1 slot.
Yeah.
If level 2 spells burn up 2 spots. Level 3 spells burn up 3 spots.
So you could do 3 level 1 chromatic orbs and then 1 level 2 chromatic orb.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Keep the extra powerful in there. I did.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. So your ring is all loaded up with chromatic orbs.
Cool.
It's like C coin. I don't know. That doesn't
I
make any
like
sense.
that ring so much. I didn't get to use it very much before I lost it.
No, did you want one? You forgot to ask for one. I think.
I don't know. I felt weird asking for a bunch of equipment. We'll see.
I know you got tweets about that. Why didn't you ask for potions, you dummies?
I got a list of things I should have asked for, but
the DM's like, "I'll give you anything you want. What do you want?" And John's like, "I don't trust this."
yeah, spell scrolls for the mission. I didn't do very well on the asking for things. That's
All right. So Kidingus hits the side of his cart and says, "Can we get going now? Time's burning. I have to get you to the next spot."
Let's roll.
All right, so everyone gets in, starts equipping themselves with their newfound toys. You do have that sword again, so the sword is present. The claymore that we discussed a few weeks ago, Varel.
Yep.
Shatter
Shatter Angel Slayer.
is in the cart, and the cart lets off with a sudden lurch, and everyone sort of leans forward super intensely, and it goes rustling down the road. And a few hours goes by, and you're in some neighborhood now. You don't even know what it is. But the road goes underground. And then all of a sudden, you're in inky blackness everywhere. Like, it looks like Kyle's camera right now. Just nothing but void around the small little candlelight that emerges from the coach. And then finally, you hear the sounds of, like, maybe drilling or sawing and, like, hammers hitting, clink, 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 and a large light ahead. And it brings you into this massive chamber as you enter into a room that has basically what appears to be this kind of dock area where there are workers working on a massive airship that's sitting in the middle of the room. The wings and sails are out. There are these large propeller-like things on 4 sides of the airship. There are lots of gnomes. The crew appears to be primarily made of gnomes, it looks like. They're hammering on things and fixing up the airship. And at the end of where this airship's going to slide off, rather than slide off into space or the sky, there is a massive, the size of a football field portal up against a wall on the opposite end. And the coach slows to a little trot, then finally stops. And then Kadingus Ready bangs on the thing and says, "All right, it's time to get out here. We've arrived." And everyone gets out of the coach and beholds this giant hangar deep below, in the dark below of Sigil, some weird kind of airship docking bay. Now, before you're left alone for too long, you see a large elephant person. That's right, it's an elephant, but it's standing upright, has 5 digits, and has this ornate, like, leather jacket and pants, and these boots on, and this large feathery hat. This elephant person sort of hobbles up and goes, "Hello there. You must be the passengers I've been waiting for." Did you say something?
Seems to be, yes.
Well, look at you. And she, the elephant raises out a hand to you. I just have to remember her name. Let
It's
me
a
see
her?
here.
That's cool.
Sorry, his name.
Oh.
What a letdown.
Yeah. Yeah, I was super into that for a minute.
Let me see. Sorry, I just have to find her name.
Wait.
I thought I wrote the name down. Oh my
Scott's
god, I'm so
happy again.
annoyed.
I'm happy again.
All right, I need a minute. She sort of, the pirate stands there with a blank expression on her face, while the DM tries to figure out what the hell he did with his notes.
Gladys.
No, it's not Gladys.
Scrotus. No?
Yep. That was it.
Forget it then. I'm all
How'd
out.
you know?
That's a character in the Mad Max game.
Oh no. All right, I'm annoyed.
Fudgy Trunks.
Her name's
Fudgy
Ellie Fant.
Now, this is important. I'm sure I came up with a good name for this character. No, it wasn't Doo-Doo Wanting.
Doo-doo wanting.
Yeah, this is the name I came up on a separate thingamajigger. Okay. Damn it, I have a name for this character. I swear to God, I can't find it.
And it's a good one?
I don't know if it's a good one. It's just the character's name. It's so good I remembered it, obviously. It's amazing. Maybe I didn't come up with one. I'm having a weird brain issue. All right, to the random name generator we go. Because I can't find the name I came up with. You guys ready for this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Captain Miart.
Captain Biart?
Miart.
Miart.
Miart. Miart. No, I'm not using that one.
It feels like you came up with that name just now. Oh, I'm not Handsome Nash anymore.
I'm Captain Miart. Camandigenous.
What?
Cambidigenous. I'm Miart Cambidigenous.
Yeah, yeah,
Cambidextrous.
yeah.
But he speaks this way.
Oh, it's back to you.
Wait.
I'm Miart, Captain Miart, and I'll be taking you on this mission across the skies of Outland.
Pleased to meet you, Captain Miart.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Would you like a tour of the facilities?
Why, yes.
Sure, that'd be great.
Good. We will be leaving shortly. Follow me. And she turns around and begins hobbling towards.
It's a she again. All right.
Whoa.
That's good.
It's definitely a she. I was just trying to hide that fact, but except I kept using the wrong pronoun right off the bat, so there goes the big surprise. I said she like 50 times. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Sorry, I ruined the surprise.
No, we're pleasantly surprised that you eventually landed on a decision.
I'm more tilted the fact that I know I made a name for this character and I can't find it. But it's now Mjart Kembedigenous.
Maybe with our time with her, we can like be chummy and learn the name next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll figure it out for next week because we are
My
getting
name
close to the
might
end.
be Captain Mjart Kembedigenous, but my friends call me something very different.
Yeah.
Candace.
They call me Canvas. Yeah. All right.
Candace.
Oh,
like
Candace. Okay.
Really?
Even
Yeah.
better.
Come follow me, and I'll take you on a tour of my airship. Have you seen an airship before? Your name, sir?
Who are you talking to?
Oh,
Stanley.
my name is Stanley Billings. Pleased to make your
A handsome name, if I do say so myself. Follow. I'll show you a good time on my boat. Your demeanor's very weird to you. It's not just Bo doing it. It's actually just very strange. An
Okay.
alien.
All right. I'll follow. Let's see where this goes.
So the next 10 or 20 minutes ensues. She shows you around the airship, which has a place for the workers to row. There's this rowing energy creation section in this middle part of the boat, and in the bottom is where all of the items and cargo she might have to transport would go. And on the top deck, there is a top deck where people hang out and see this guy. It's kind of not an interesting tour. It's a boat. Although you guys have never seen boats before, right? Like never?
Yeah.
I don't
That
think
would
we
be
have.
correct.
Have we? I don't think so. Not in the waist.
Yeah. So maybe it is an impressive sight for your characters. But she gives you a tour of the boat and says, "So what do you think?"
This is impressive. This is great.
I've worked my whole life to build this here ship.
Well, it's very nice.
Does it have a name?
Screw you, Kyle.
I'd like to know what I'm writing.
No, I'm just kidding because I can't remember the character's name. Now you're like, "What's the ship name?" And I'm like, "No, no, I don't have this in front of me. I swear I thought of a ship name too." You'll have to find out next week on There Will Be.
There you go. That's the big hanger.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a
Clearly,
great.
I have to get my
cliffhanger.
notes together.
When faced with the hard questions, the end.
That's an amazing
That's the-
way to end that. Well, that's good news, everybody, because it's my chance to remind you that this wonderful episode of the show and all episodes of it are brought to you by your support. And you can do that by going over to therewillbedungeons.com, become a Dungeons Plus member. You get rad stuff in the mail. For example, Bo, you're going to have to remind me the name of the dude that I kind of got in a bit of a shouting match with when he got stuck in the thing. What was his name? You gave him a name. Now I'm asking you to find another name.
Which
you,
name?
You remember in the guy in the,
Paladins?
yeah, whoever it was like checking
There
us.
was Reginald and Ronald, but you never got the name, I think, of the main guy.
There was a third dude with a weird name that you generated, and I can't remember
Yeah,
his
I think
name.
it was Kadingus Ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kadingus
Kadingus
Ready.
Ready. Yeah.
Well, I today while we were doing the show, I drew a picture of Kadingus Ready here, chat room.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, so this is Kadingus Ready, although it's kind of bright. Sorry, you can't see it very well. But I'll share that out. I'll share that out on Twitter in a minute so people can see it.
Wait,
but
no. Yeah, that's one of the Paladins, isn't it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. All I know is you said Kadingus Ready, and this is the guy that came to
Kading-
mind.
So we can retcon it, but Kadingus Ready had 8 eyes and 6 arms.
Oh, yeah,
So I
not
don't think
him,
it's
not him.
Kadingus.
Oh, right. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
sorry.
the guy.
Not
that was
him.
the wrong
Yeah,
guy.
the paladin.
Maybe he's the
Yeah.
Paladin. What was his name?
Well, there was Ronald and Reginald, and did I roll the name of the first
It's
one?
Lipso.
Oh, Lipso. Yeah. Okay, hang on.
Tarksath?
Yeah, it was some weird name like that.
Lipso Tarksath.
Lipso is his first name. Xerxes is what I'm reading here, but I wrote it with one hand holding a baby.
So while you look
Xerxes is already-
while you look that up, I'll clarify. The whole point of this is this guy, whatever his name is, because I will caption it.
Tuxes.
What was it?
Lipsotuxes.
Lipsotuxes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Can you put that in our Slack so I remember it? But anyway, I'm going to take this guy. We're going to label him, and then this is going to be printed and sent out to all of our supporters who are at that level. So
wow.
that's
It's
just an
beautiful.
example of one of the things you get every month from the show. If you go and become a Dungeons Plus member, so go do that today. There are other rad things you can get, including a bonus show that we do every month, that sort of thing. We highly recommend it. That's at therewillbedungeons.com. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for watching, for listening, for hanging out with us, for being a part of this nonsense. We really, really appreciate it. If you have thoughts and feelings and comments, if you go to that same website and you hang out over there, there's a place for you to sign up immediately and send an email. All right? That's cool because emails are great and we love them. So send us your emails, send us your thoughts, your feelings, your comments, and if you want it to be on the bonus show, that's the perfect way to do it there as well. That's going to do it for us. For me, for Kyle, for Kristen, for Bo, for John, and me. We'll see you next time.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.